What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be going over and reviewing the Nick Bare 1.0 and 2.0 programming. We've been seeing some major changes in the 24 weeks. So after this, I'm going to jump on to Nick Bare 3.0, and I got a half marathon that I'm training for in October. And this is all hopefully in lieu to hit an actual full marathon. So stick around. I'll let you guys know what I think about the programming. What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my page. Just got back from the run, so I ended up doing a half a mile warm-up, mile run to the best that I can, and then a half a mile cool down. So I have beat my mile time in many years, so I got 7:31. So I haven't ran that fast of a mile in years. That's 24 weeks of just training and running. You could see where this program can take you. When I first was starting running some of these miles, I would be like a 10:30 pace, 9:45 pace. Now, this is only 1 mile. I kind of went all out. I'm excited to see my progression, so I'm going to start Nick Bare's 3.0 programming. I'm hoping that sometime in there, I could actually squeeze in another mile for time run. So yeah, 7:31. I'm shocked. I'm surprised. I haven't ran that fast of a mile in a very long time. I actually can't even remember when I've ran that fast of a mile. I think for some CrossFit workout times, I was in the 8:40s, maybe 9-minute push-in. Now this one I'm hauling. If I'm going to run 1 mile, probably in a workout, I don't think I'm going to go that fast. But I do know I do want to take it up quite a bit of notches in my speed whenever if I have a workout with a mile time in it, if I do a CrossFit workout or something. I'm going to review 1.0 and 2.0. I'll tell you a little bit about my background first. I did Olympic lifting. I did CrossFit, probably back in 2014. Before that, I would just go to a regular gym, just lift, but never followed a program. I was super young, just trying to get bro sessions in with some guys. But then I did CrossFit, but I was like 145 pounds. CrossFit for a 145 pounder doesn't always work out that well. I wanted to get stronger and bigger. Went to Olympic lifting for 3 years. Did that. Got a lot stronger. But I gained a lot of weight as time goes on in my 20s with just Olympic lifting. So I ended up moving to Northern California. Did some more Olympic lifting. Then I did some gym workouts, just regular bro sessions. Met my wife. We started going to CrossFit, to her CrossFit gym. So I was doing that for a couple of years, but what I noticed is that I didn't really have much change in my body composition, and actually feel like I got more out of shape looking, and I guess I was in more CrossFit shape, but man, I just did not see much change in myself and the way my body looked. I was not happy at all in the way I looked at all. So my cleans went down, my snatch just went away. And then because I took a little bit of a break and just did regular gym before CrossFit after Olympic lifting, but my snatch went away. Then we never really focused on snatch form, snatch technique. It would just be a lot of power snatches. So, and what I noticed too is that I was a lot prone to injury. So I got major shin splints for 6 months. There was one workout I can remember where it's 300 double unders in the workout. That is a ridiculous amount of double unders for the average person to do. So I got major shin splints on my inner calf, my inner tibia, and it just hurt for a very long time. So I noticed that. Shoulders, I noticed looking around the gym, multiple people were getting hurt. And I remember just, this program was like shoulders, 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 shoulders. And so I just kind of like was moving away from CrossFit. And I noticed too from other CrossFit gyms I was following, some people who I've known for years, well, their bodies haven't changed much. And so, which I know some gyms really press in nutrition. I think that actually is more on a personal level. If you're going to do CrossFit, you got to dial in your nutrition, because a 20-minute workout is not going to burn that many calories as you think, to where you're burning off bad meals, unhealthy eating. You really got to dial in nutrition. And I did not have that discipline either to dial in my nutrition back. And just being in construction, working outside, there is nothing like an ice cold Coke, right? In the day, lunch break. So I had a bad soda addiction. And so I just noticed my body composition wasn't changing. Partially my fault with my nutrition, but I felt like also the lack of hypertrophy workouts and focusing on bench, deadlift, legs, bicep, triceps, shoulders. It was just more like burning workouts, burnout. How dead can you feel after your workouts? And so I kind of wanted to transition out of that. So, and I wanted to look better, right? And then I started, my buddy followed Nick Bare and his programming, and his body was changing. And so I'm going to give it a go. So did 1.0, and the running part was ridiculously hard for me. It was tough. I haven't ran, I mean, CrossFit, you run, but it's half a mile, 1 mile, quarter mile at a time. So it kind of goes by really fast, but man, it destroyed me. And so I had to switch gears, go through my shin splints are already healed up, but kind of some of that lactic pain and that worry of my shins going out. And so, yeah, I wanted to also look better, feel better. I miss hitting some bro sessions at the gym, but I call them bro sessions, but yeah, doing some traditional lifting, some workouts, some bench press, deadlift, lat pull downs. I love a good, just feeling swollen and get that blood in your muscles and stuff and feeling that pump. Looking back at CrossFit, dude, my shoulders are going to be done in a couple years. My knees, my Achilles is going to pop at in some point or the other. So then I started following Nick Bare, got the Playbook app, 1.0. Man, that was a good kick in the rear. So from 1.0 and 2.0, so what changed dramatically in my life from 1.0 is that I did, at the end, there was that 12-mile buyout. So I did a 12-mile buyout. That was tough. I've never ran that much in my life. So I did a 12-mile buyout. And that was on a Monday. So it was supposed to be on Sunday, but I ended up doing it Monday. That next upcoming Saturday of that same week, my buddy turned 30 and he wanted to run 30 miles on his birthday. So I did 16 miles, part of his run. I did 16 miles for that, his birthday run. So not only did I run the most on Monday, but then I again ran the most in my life on that Saturday, 16 miles, and survived it. And I mean, it'd be 8-mile intervals. There was a rest in between on the 8-mile loop. And so if there's a testament to Nick Bare 1.0 working, that's it. It really does work, because not only I was able to handle 12 miles, I was also able to handle 16 miles. Was it very fast? No. Was it over a couple hours? Most definitely. But your mental kicks in quite a bit after 8 miles. It's really, really mental. And so at least for me, and so yeah, that's the 1.0. I definitely feel like it works. I felt my bench press went up from probably 185. My max at the time, my lifetime max was 245. So it went from 185 to I was hitting 225 on the bench. And then so 2.0 comes up. And then so I think I would say the big highlight of the 2.0 programming is hitting that 7:31 mile. My fastest time is in the 6s, but that's high school. A little after high school, my fastest mile time. But 7:31 for a mile time, I am shocked. And so it's funny because I'm running that 7:30 pace, and this is fast. And guys run this for longer, or they're running 6 to 5 minute miles. That's nuts, man. They're hauling. So I'm hoping I could get to that. But let those two things be a testament. One, after 1.0, I was able to run the 12 miles. After the 2.0, I was able to get my fastest mile time in many, many years. Not only that, but my bench went up to 255, and I'm hoping it's more now. My squats I still maintain. The most I ever hit right now for my squats is 315. I did 335 for a heavy single, but 315 is about all I really work up to. So I think 1.0 and 2.0 really work. if you're looking for a hybrid program, I highly recommend Nick Bear 1.0 and 2.0. So I know you're looking, if you look at the programming, it calls for a run in the morning and a lift later on that day. But my advice, if you want to do this programming, is you got to fit it how you can. So for what I did is I really wanted my body composition to change more than running. I made sure to never miss a lift. I would get up 4:30, 5 in the morning, be at the gym, hit at least the lifting portion of his workout, and then later on the day, I'd either go back on a treadmill and do the run, or in the evenings I'd run. I have a trail right by my house, so I'd run that and get my runs in. There were days where I did miss the runs. I just could not get them in. I'm married, full-time job, and we have a 1-year-old. So, but 24 weeks ago, she was a 1-year-old. So I need to pick her up, depends on my wife's work schedule. I had to work this program around my life because there's more to life than working out, and my wife and my daughter are my priorities, and doing good at my job. I made sure to never miss a lift, get the runs in when I can, but don't neglect the runs. It's like it's important to hit. That's part of the programming. That's a part of the growing part of the Nick Bear fitness programming. But I really think if you're going to do this programming, you do want to prioritize being hydrated and nutrition. It definitely plays, and sleep. Sleep is a must. But you want to be hydrated because you're going to lose a lot of water during the workouts or in the runs. And so to try to go into the workout dehydrated, or definitely into the runs after you worked out dehydrated, you're going to feel it pretty quickly, and you're going to have a dry mouth, cotton mouth. Prioritize hydration. I do take, my stack is right now, it's the Flight, BPN Flight, BPN creatine, Body Tech, BCAAs and glutamine, and then I take a liquid glycerol, Body Tech. That's my 4 things I stack together before I work out and lift weights. And then before I run, I'm doing a GM1 Sport. All those things work really well. I'll pair like a midday water with a noon. I'll throw a noon in there. If I know we'll do an evening run, pop a noon. Later on before I work out or before I run, I'm popping GM1 Sport. I'm excited. I'm going to try that GM1 Sport Plus. You hear great things about it, so I'm probably going to switch that as a pre-workout and get rid of the Flight. I love the Flight, though. I'm focused. Once that kicks in, I'm like on at the gym. So but I do want to try it at the gym and see how that goes. So, and then one thing, too, if you're a beginner, follow the programming, what it calls for. If you're going to a traditional gym, I got a traditional gym. There's some in 2.0 where you're pairing 2 lifts together. So do a buy and try or a lat pull down with something else. So that always doesn't work out for me to kind of gather some weights or do 2 different workouts at the same time. So I'll do a lat pull down here, and then I'll go do what it calls for right after. But I'll do the 4 sets or 3 sets of lat pull downs, and then I'll get that workout in. So, but then some workouts calls for that style of shoulder press or this style of a back workout. I'm gonna go do cables, or I'm gonna go do the seated row or the dumbbell row instead of this. So I switched it up. I think if you're knowledgeable and you know your body, feel free to switch the programming up, but you do kind of want to work out what it's calling for. If it's a chest day, do the chest workout, or something similar to, if it's a bench, do dumbbell press. If you're not going to do the bench, maybe they're all taken, so you got to figure out something. Don't stand there for 5 minutes waiting for a bench. Hit the dumbbells. So yeah, I did change some workouts. So my goals for 3.0, I'm going to start following that, is I'm probably going to start doing the runs in the morning, because it's getting into August, so it's going to be pretty hot outside. Probably a little too hot to run, even in the evenings. Northern California, we do have some beautiful mornings, and that's the perfect time to run. And then I'm going to probably try to lift in the afternoon before I pick up my daughter. So probably lift at 2 o'clock, grab my daughter by 4 o'clock, and then get back to work. So my job, fortunately, I can work from many places. So I'm in the construction industry, project management, and I design and build pools. So I can work from home, here in the office, or something like that. So that's how I can take a break, and 2 o'clock lift for a few hours, but then I might be working until 10, 11 o'clock at night. So it's a little different. So next goal, half marathon. Some of my buddies in my Bible study group are doing a half marathon trail run. So I got to sign up for that. So I'm kind of training for that. But I feel like the Nick Bear Fitness is already the 2.0. I'm already geared up for a 13.1 half marathon. So, which I'm pretty excited for. Then after that, after that half marathon in October, I want to do a full marathon. That is my goal, to get to a full marathon. Try to maintain somewhat of my size. I'm 194 right now. So I would like to be maybe 185. So that's my goal, full marathon. And then after 3.0, just kind of find my next, what I want to do next. Where do I want to go from here? Do I want to keep lifting and do the hybrid programming? Do I want to knock some of his other stuff out? Maybe bodybuilding competition, keep running, 100-miler. I'm pretty open right now, but I at least want to get through 3.0, get to that half marathon, and just start knocking off my goals list. So in conclusion, his programming works. 1.0, 2.0, it's going to change your life. Now, if you're a D1 athlete, you could, maybe it's going to tone you down more. But if you're the average Joe, or you're coming from somewhere else and you just want to do a hybrid programming, I highly recommend it. If you're a bodybuilder and you want to get some running in, do this programming. It's going to work out great. You're going to know what to switch up that works still into your bodybuilding. But yeah, anybody can do it at any time. Start from 1.0, work your way up. You're going to see your body change over time. You're going to get stronger, and your runs are going to get better. So I like it. So always remember, give it a go. Go one more, and glory be to God. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Thank you.